Liberal Democrats have always put electoral reform at the heart of our agenda. Under my leadership, this will be no different. I know from speaking to voters across the country that people are more frustrated than ever with antiquated and remote Westminster politics and struggle to see how it relates to their lives. When election time comes round, it feels to them like their vote doesn't matter. Maybe because they live in a safe seat and the candidate they support doesn't stand a chance. Or maybe because at the end of the day, it feels like the result will come down to a personality contest between two people whose names weren't even on the ballot paper. We in Parliament owe it to you, to the people, to do better. The Brexit referendum threw a real spotlight on the issues with a winner-takes-all electoral system, where almost half the voters see their views disregarded. This is even worse when it comes to parliamentary elections. Conservatives won their big majority in Parliament with only 44% of the vote. I'm a strong believer that we need to ditch first past the post and move to proportional elections for Westminster and local councils. Regardless of the party you support, surely we can all agree that democracy isn't best served when an area becomes a one-party state, with the MP and every councillor from the same party, and absolutely no scrutiny. Surely we can all agree it is unfair that it took 800,000 Green Party votes to elect just one MP in 2019, when on average it took just 26,000 votes to elect an SNP MP and just 38,000 votes to elect a Conservative. I also advocate moving to automatic voter registration. 1 in 3 18 and 19-year-olds are not on the electoral register, so their voices aren't heard at election time. And I will continue to fight, as I've done all of my political life, for 16 and 17-year-olds to get the vote. I also want to see much more diversity in politics, including introducing all Black and ethnic minority and all LGBT+ shortlists for elections to the House of Commons. I'm optimistic that support for electoral reform is growing, but we can't be complacent. Conservatives have put the idea of mandatory ID for voters back on the table, despite the evidence that this suppresses votes, especially amongst low-income and ethnic minority communities. Progressive MPs from across Parliament must come together to fight proposals which will make engagement with democracy harder and instead make our politics fairer for all.